I promise you, you cannot make this up, and there are no winners in this case. In the double shooting that took place in the Hammersmith Street on Wednesday, June 11th, a little after 11:17 p.m., a family has been left distraught beyond repair after a man was killed. The Metropolitan Police and the London Ambulance Service had received calls to say that at least 2 people had been shot by an unknown person just after 11:20 p.m. in Claxton Road, Hammersmith. When police rushed to the scene, they found 2 men in a bad way, serious condition. One of the victims was named locally as 30-year-old Jordan Oliver Rodney, who was described by his loved ones as a warm and loving and a kind son. Now, both victims were put in the back of an ambulance after being treated at the scene. But tragically, once at arrival in hospital, Jordan's condition deteriorated even further and he was declared dead the next day. Reports say that everyone was known to each other. Apparently, the person responsible was 28-year-old Jamal Joseph. Now, he had an argument with his cousin, who is Jordan Oliver Rodney. He also had an argument with his own brother, Omar Joseph, after the men had attended a wake in West London on the day of the M. Now, it's not known if Jamal was a known GUN man, but he had every intention to kill his family members, including his brother. I say this because the suspect had raised his GUN a sawn-off and took aim and then pressed the trigger on his own cousin, Jordan. The AM struck Jordan's eye. Now, Jamal had then raised his sawn-off and then took aim at his own brother, Omar, and then pressed the trigger. AM struck Omar's head and hand. Now, police say there was no time for the victims to react. This was because the falling out took place earlier that day at the wake. Jamal had then left the scene, but then he returned later on with a sawn-off, and at 11:17 p.m. Jamal decamped his motorbike, walked up to his relatives and then pressed the trigger once, and then twice, and then a third time, point-blank range to 2 of his victims. The 30-year-old Jordan, who is from Norfolk, was killed by his own cousin. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't seem believable, but it happened. Now, there's no silver lining, but an arrest was made after police pursuit ensued. Now, police checked cameras and found that Jamal was in a red Mercedes. The car was told to pull over after it had been found by police. Now, police actually checked the traffic cameras. The red Mercedes did not pull over, rather Jamal pressed the acceleration pedal and then tried to create distance between himself and the police cars. The chase only stopped when the Mercedes made contact with a cyclist, but still Jamal was not looking to be arrested because he quickly exited the car and then made a run for it. He hopped over at least 2 garden fences, ran through the back garden before being arrested on Tolson Road in Hounslow at 8:23 a.m. on June 12th. Now, during the pursuit, Jamal had actually launched the bag and police retrieved it, and when they opened it up, they found casings and also the sawn-off which had been used to kill Jordan and seriously injure his own brother Omar. 28-year-old Jamal Joseph of Eaton Rise in Ealing has been charged with the M of his own cousin, attempted M of his brother, and being in possession of a sawn-off with intent, and also dangerous driving. Of course, it goes without saying, but this guy is going to get a life sentence, and realistically it's going to be a minimum of at least 25 years. And all because of some falling out at a wake, a time when everyone should have banded together and tried to console each other. The question is, what do the family do now? The family have to be absolutely broken. Stay safe.